Yep, it's TMZ Verified, the podcast. I'm Wild.
I'm Steph.
And I'm Isaac.
And I was about to say, because Isaac, it's been a long time.
Isaac's
Shouldn't have
back.
left you. What?
It's been a minute. I'm so happy to be back. I've been on the East Coast for 2 months, so it feels really great to be back here with you guys.
Welcome
I'm
back.
so
Also, you're
excited.
like super tan, dog. Like, did you?
So tan.
I was away in Europe.
Okay.
I had a Europe moment.
Okay, fancy.
Okay.
But yeah, the tan is sponsored by Spain.
Okay. Shout out
well,
to Spain.
I'm still pale. I almost said you were
and
pale.
I'm just.
No.
All right, y'all.
I'm like, but no
still
one's tanner than him.
Yeah,
She'll
I'm
be getting
still
into some
sitting here
stories.
pale. So yes, let's get into some stories.
All right, Steph.
So we finally have the answer to the big question. What does Addison Rae feel about her whole family drama? It's honestly a saga at this point.
messy.
Every week, every day, we have a new update of what's occurring with this. But we finally have her side of it. A source shared with Entertainment Tonight, and I quote, Addison is embarrassed by her parents at this point and trying to keep up with her distance from them. She's trying to stay grounded and focus on the project she's working on, and she doesn't want them to impact her future. She doesn't want to acknowledge what's going on publicly and is trying to stay in her own lane. The source also added she isn't paying attention to their relationships or social posting. This is huge because we haven't really heard her side. We've heard Young Gravy's side. We've heard her mom Sheri's side, her dad Monty's side. We know this whole thing started with Addison's dad, Monty Lopez, having an alleged affair with 25-year-old Renee Ash. We actually had Renee Ash on TMZ Verified
she was on last week.
and she told us that she was under the impression that Sheri and Monty were not together and haven't been for a while. And Monty isn't the only one moving on because Sheri has been hinting at rapper Young Gravy on TikTok, I want to say for at least 2 months now. And I think she got her wish because they were together at the VMAs giving all of the PDA. Everything you could possibly imagine.
First of all, this was nasty, but go ahead.
Cuddling,
Nasty.
the whole thing.
It's kind of gross.
And Young Gravy even went on Sophia with an F's podcast and talked about how doting over Sheri, saying he likes her and the whole thing. But she's also embarrassed by what her ex is doing on social media. Completely. Sheri is embarrassed of what Monty's doing on social media. And so it just puts into perspective, Addison unfollowed both of her parents recently, and this whole thing is just insane to me. I really disagree with most of the people in the world right now. I think Sheri and Monty are equally at fault.
Yeah, I'm like, neither one of them get a pass on this. Also, if you notice that the source said parents.
Right.
It wasn't, both of y'all are equally as
It wasn't a
embarrassing.
Monty, it wasn't Sheri.
it's
When
not
I
as
saw
mess.
those making out photos of Young Gravy, by the way, I stan Young Gravy, right? But when it comes to Sheri, she is a mother. She knows Addison's going through it with what Monty's posting. I personally don't think that she should have been at the VMAs with Monty that publicly.
Can I just say, I feel so bad for Addison. I think about it. It just makes me feel the two people in your life that you're supposed to turn to, no matter what happens, are your mom and dad. And I feel that they have just wronged her and they've been chewed up and swallowed by fame and Hollywood, that they have just disrespected Addison in such a horrible way. And I can't even imagine how Addison feels not being able to go to her own parents.
Right.
Well, and think about this empire she's really built. She was, other than Charli D'Amelio, them two together were kind of almost neck and neck on TikTok, making a huge name for themselves, right? This whole experience, this whole career. And her parents are just taking her success
and running with it.
Yeah.
But back to the VMA stuff, I had no idea. I mean, I was shocked when I saw
Me too.
them on the red carpet together and then
Making
sitting
out.
at the show in the middle of performances making out.
It was
what are you
OD.
doing?
It wasn't tasteful at all.
It wasn't tasteful. Also,
And
was just gross.
And I did think Sheri wanted a little bit less of the attention. And she's making look at your ex-husband Monty making a fool out of himself. You're doing it too.
I expected more from her, I will say, confidently. But now it makes sense. That's why Addison unfollowed her.
Also, a part of me I don't believe any of this. I
You
don't
still think
believe
it's PR
it.
stunt?
I think it's awesome BS. There's a story on page 6
I
that
agree.
source said it was a PR stunt. I feel okay, I'm just playing a little shady advocate right now, but Addison as like a social media queen is one thing, but Addison as an interesting person is a whole nother thing. Nobody's checking for Addison's like before this, all this drama, nobody was checking for Addison's family. What I feel like Addison is doing is setting herself up to have the next D'Amelio show. Like Addison wants her own thing, and I feel like what the D'Amelios did is like make their entire family interesting.
Oh, so you think Addison's in on this?
I don't know if she's in on it per se, but I think that there is a little bit of we have a goal right now.
Go ahead and do this.
And we're not going to, like this is, because first of all, I would call my mom and dad and be like, I don't know what the is wrong with you, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I
like,
don't think so, because after speaking to Addison, after speaking to Renee Ash on TMZ Verify, I really think like her coming on and telling us her side of it, it was a real relationship.
These people haven't
end.
spoken to Addison at all.
Yeah, I think they're just profiting off of the family drama.
Yeah.
Most families actually have, cheating and stuff like that, but we don't get to like
but we don't talk
posts
about
like that. So I think they're just profiting off of what's actually happening in their family.
The moral of the story is I definitely feel bad for Addison though, because I ain't even see Addison at the VMAs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not kidding.
I'm really proud
she
of
should capitalize off this. Well, messy ass parents. Like if there's nothing else you can get off of this, there should be some form of.
She's kept it classy
throughout
this, and I want to say that.
Props to her.
Justice for Addison.
Yeah.
We love you, Addison.
She's kept it so classy. I would be like, Mom, stop.
Literally, like
her.
I would. That's what I'm saying.
I would literally have people like taking their phones,
snatch. Like my parents would be dead. Oh my God! All right.
She's keeping it classy.
Well, shout out to Addison. We'll see. Don't worry. By next week there'll be some more drama.
I can't wait.
All right, Isaac. What do you got?
So as we all know, Camila Morrone and is it Camila Morrone? Okay. Camila Morrone and Leonardo DiCaprio have recently split. Leonardo DiCaprio, who we know has had his fair share of dating women who are way younger than him.
I mean, players gonna play.
Players gonna play.
And Camila recently turned 25. And people think that is the reason why they split. So they actually were dating for 4 years, because think about, what are you from? You're 19, 20, 21.
Yeah, about 4 or 5.
Let's do that math over.
Yeah, it's all right.
Whatever.
We don't do math with journalists.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
okay. A source told E! News that though the two managed to fit quality time into their schedules over the years, they have been traveling a lot, the two of them, and they just weren't able to make it work. Distance played a huge factor, the source says, adding that the romance ran its course. And also that there is a chance that Leo and Camila could be seen back together in the future, but notes that at the moment it's not on. Sources think that Camila got just too old. She hit 25, and it was the end of their, he isn't into those.
I can't believe
I did see people talking about this on Twitter. Is that like a thing though?
It's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, supporting the theory, he was also seen with a 22-year-old model. Her name is Maria Bergova, and they were snapped partying on. He's also 47. I haven't said that. He's 47 years old. This model is 22 years old. She was on his yacht, celebrating and partying in July. So I don't know how long. We don't know how long they've been broken up for. I mean, this it came out.
It's just like that's official now.
Exactly. But I mean, this model's 22. There's pictures of them together. Camila's 25. I think he's just not into it.
I mean, that's like a very Hollywood.
It's like, sis, you're expired. No, I'm joking.
Right. Yeah. It's a very Hollywood thing, and especially for Leo, he has a track record of, he hasn't publicly ever said, I only like people under the age of 25. But the breakup happening seems a little odd.
It seems a little weird.
Yeah, his track of dating these women, Blake Lively, Camila, etc. They're all they show from when he.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So what is this chart thing that I'm looking at from across?
I don't know if we can share it, but the Daily Mail posted this dating chart of these different women that he's dated and their age and how long he dated them for, and exactly.
And I was gonna say, does every relationship end at
25?
Oh gosh.
Damn.
Let's name some names on there.
All right, we have Nina Agdal.
Okay, I remember that one.
Tony Guerin.
Okay.
Aaron Heatherson. Blake Lively.
Remember that.
Barafelli and Giselle Bouchen.
Damn, Leo.
Yeah, it's definitely a track record. It's definitely a track record. It's definitely his thing, and they definitely have an expiration date.
I mean,
Do you see him getting back together with her, or who's next?
No,
Oh, no.
who's next? Like,
Who's next?
he goes,
Expiration
sis, you are
date.
25.
Yeah,
No,
like-
we don't know that, but
We
we're
don't
Do you
know,
think he's
but-
content doing this?
Yes.
Like he,
I mean, imagine being rich, older.
But, so your relationships have every relationship has an expiration date,
Well, I don't-
essentially.
yes.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, I'm not cool with it. I don't
But-
think I don't want
No,
that
no,
out of
yeah,
life.
yeah.
But
How
like,
do you think these women feel? They're like,
Not
I feel
great.
like they,
I
but I
only
feel like
have
to
time
some
to-
But they,
extent
yeah,
you
they
have to
also
know. Yeah,
yeah,
like,
it's such a track record at this point. They know.
right, they're going to this relationship being like, it's a ticking time bomb.
being like,
Yeah.
oh, let me get my good. I got 2 years
my
left.
birthday's in 2 years. I'm 25. It's my time for him to break up with me.
You know, yeah.
Would we be upset if this was like if the shoe was on the other foot and if it was a woman who was doing these things?
I think this is just the way it is.
I don't
in
have it. I
Hollywood.
don't care at all. Like I'm like,
listen, he's not.
we're
Let's
all
not
adults.
Act, wait,
Yeah, like
let's not-
everybody's grown in this situation.
Wait, let's not act like he's the only guy who does this.
Or the only person. Like,
Yeah, everyone
'cause
does
I am
this in
looking for
Hollywood.
a sugar mama. Let me just tell
Okay.
like
Like everyone does this though. Like this is a very yes Leo thing, but a lot of celebrities do this after they. You know, Scott Disick also dates people who are young.
That is
True.
true.
He's not the only one. It's giving not original. Wild. What kind of story do you have?
okay. So let's start. I guess we're not starting, but let's just
Let's continue.
Let's continue by ruining your childhoods.
Oh.
When y'all think of Winnie the Pooh, what do y'all think of?
My childhood, happiness, honey. The
We
baby.
had
You know,
different
things like
childhoods.
love, life, friendship, honey, smiles. Well, forget it, because there's a new Winnie the Pooh in town and he will literally slit your throat.
I can't wait. Tell me about it.
So
What
you remember earlier this year,
Mm-hmm.
the Winnie the Pooh domain became public. So if you're wondering what that means means that the Winnie the Pooh character and the associated characters, with the exception of Tigger.
Tigger.
Piglet.
Tigger.
Oh,
Tigger.
Piglet and Tigger
That's how you know
are
how old we
different.
are.
There's
But-
Piglet.
And Tigger.
and then there's Tigger.
And Tigger.
So, with the exception of Tigger, the Winnie the Pooh characters are now public domain, meaning there's no like copyright laws that prevent just random people from creating subsets or spin-offs
They wasted
or
no
whatever.
time.
There is a Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie coming to theaters, y'all, and it is just the most.
I watched the trailer right before we came in here.
Mhm.
They weren't kidding when they said horror.
It's really fucking bad. So the premise of the story, the movie follows Winnie and his best friend Piglet, who enter into a pharaoh rampage after Christopher Robin goes off to school. So it's
I
Christopher's
like that they included him.
Yeah,
though.
no,
They make it really real. I'm like,
Christopher's
come
like,
on.
Hey, Winnie, I'm back.
Yeah, like literally.
And Winnie just sitting here with like an
And
axe hammer or
Winnie's
some
like,
shit.
You
like,
left me for college.
Literally, I like that they are incorporating him. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So in the previous interview with Variety,
They interviewed Winnie the Pooh.
no. The murderous Winnie the Pooh.
interview?
No, they interviewed the director of the
Okay.
film, and he said that the film was shot in 10 days in England. They're really excited about it. And of course, they drew inspiration from the character's original story. So it's not completely like made up.
Far-fetched.
Right. Like, it's
Right.
like, okay, in the real world, I don't think Winnie would go on a fucking murderous rampage, but still.
I like this because it ages with us. This was a very
It
like
does,
the
yes.
90s kids like grew up. Am I wrong about that? Maybe.
No,
But
I mean,
like,
we
90s
were there.
Yeah. We were 90s kids like grew up on
It was
Winnie
on
the Pooh.
TV.
Now we're all, jaded from our lives. We can watch this.
It makes
Mhm.
sense, and I'm excited to see it.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
for
no, I am really excited. It does not have an official release date yet,
Mm.
but the trailer is here, and it is pretty fucking
Gruesome.
gory. Yeah, it's
I
really
can't
bad.
wait.
Oh my god.
So don't take your kids to see this. Like, I feel like there are some grandparents that probably don't watch TV. They ain't listening to Verify.
And they see Winnie the Pooh.
They just take their grandkid to the movie, and they're like, "We'll see that Winnie movie," and then it's this.
When does it come out?
They don't have a
Yeah,
release
no.
date
Oh,
yet,
sorry.
but it's all right, coming out soon. I hope.
Well,
Well, I'm just wondering when do I like
You're like,
sign
oh,
up?
like, come on, can we get
Yeah.
why
tickets?
why
Like,
am I getting like Halloween vibes? Probably.
I do.
I hope
Ooh,
But I
so.
feel like
can
they'd have
see
to
that.
release that date. That's like kind of soon.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't
hello,
know.
you got a month.
We're like, we'll see.
I'm like, get editing.
All right. Well, in non-scary news, we have it's a really fucking cool interview this week.
This one was honestly, if you were looking for some empowerment, drive, maybe some excitement in your life to maybe, motivate you to do something, these two girls are the best. That's what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these two girls gave me some encouragement where I was in the interview and I was like, oh, I'm kind of feeling
No.
myself.
So this week we talked to Aint Afraid. They're up and coming band. They are like
multi-talented.
What they call themselves,
twins.
the multi-talented double dose of dopeness. Like,
I love
it.
No, their music is really good, but also their story is really cool. It was really exciting.
They talked to us about their past, where they're headed, how they accomplished all this success, and let's just say it is in their blood. But they also gave some tips to people. Maybe it's not as
right. If you're dealing with you got some fuckboy issues.
Yeah,
this is the
they
one
really
you want
gave
to
some
watch.
advice on how to be successful.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into our interview with Aint Afraid right now. Welcome back to TMZ Verified. I'm Wild.
I'm Steph.
We're Aint Afraid.
And we are here. First of all, you've seen them like on TikTok. You've seen them on Instagram. Their music is popping.
Thank you.
Aint Afraid. What's up, y'all?
What's up? Everything is up.
Yes.
Like to be here.
You guys are so put together. These
you.
outfits are insane.
Yes.
Okay, we picked them out before we came here.
Wait, because Steph is like, that's like the fits?
Yes.
She was freaking
I
out.
literally
y'all.
whispered to him, I was like, I could never. This is just so put together, so amazing. Where do you guys get your inspo? First things first.
I would, to be honest, it's up here.
It
Okay.
really is. I gotta
It's
say,
up here,
we
yeah.
played, you know those like virtual fashion games?
Yeah.
Like, we played
Oh
them all
my
of our
gosh.
lives.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Fashion is everything. Like, but instead of like just putting it on the doll and being like, oh, she's cute, it's like, I want to wear that.
Yeah.
How do I
know?
recreate
Yes,
this?
yes,
Got it.
So we know you guys as Aint Afraid, the group. What are your names?
Well, I'm Strength.
I'm Wisdom. That's our artist name.
Yes.
I feel that.
But I'm S or Z.
Girl, say your name.
I'm Sakina.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, I give people the short version because people will butcher it.
But I like
up.
strength
Right.
and wisdom.
Yes,
though. Like,
yes,
that's it.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
That's everything. But my name is Zakia,
Okay.
and in short, I'm not in short, but in English, that's purity and peace.
Yeah.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
Yeah.
Give us a little background on your specific, strength and wisdom.
So really, they're oxymorons if you see how they're spelled. So in my name, there's strain, and then the GTA. So there's strength because if you
Okay.
have strength, but you're straining, isn't really strength at the moment. And then hers is wisdom, but like you have wisdom, but there's
it's spelled DUMB at the end, so it's like dumbness
I-
and wisdom together.
I fuck with that. I do.
Yeah,
I
you know,
do.
like
Yeah.
for me,
it's
it's like you can't know one without the other, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's
Right.
what that's what it means for me.
But then I also feel like it's not like you're all of one or all of the other,
Yeah.
but almost like a mix of both. Some
Yeah.
days I'm dumb.
yeah,
Right.
Some days I'm very wise.
I feel
I
that.
love
Look,
that.
we learning and growing. Where y'all
Yes.
from though?
But
We're from
originally Baltimore, Maryland.
yeah.
Do y'all always talk
period.
over each other like that?
Yeah, and it's gonna happen a lot. Right. But she'll shut me up more. So
I feel that. So y'all from
Right.
Baltimore, Maryland?
yes,
Yes.
yes. But we grew up a lot in Michigan, Metro Detroit area.
Okay. What
So
up, though?
it's shaped a lot of who we are, and I'm just proud of my cities, like the people I represent.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why it's hard to say this is home, but
Yeah.
we're
Right,
home
right.
and like friends and family and like,
culture.
Right.
Yeah.
So I saw an interview y'all did a while back, and y'all like, yo, we literally just got our start like doing local shows, hitting the
Yes.
street. What was that process like though? Because it's like y'all virtually. It seems to us like y'all popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
It
what a lot of
does.
people
Okay.
say. But we not new to this. We
I
true to
feel
this.
that.
No, for real. Like we've been doing this all our life. Ever since we were younger, our mom had us in shows because she saw the natural talent in us. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to mom.
So she would like print out papers of songs and of the lyrics, and we would sit there and practice. Or every week, our choir teacher would have. Or no, our music class would have performances, and every child could sign up. And every week we was up there. Nobody was telling us to practice. We would grab our brother from class. We would put him on our neck. Like we was really,
Yes, I mean full on gymnastics going
exactly.
on. On some
Singing,
serious.
rapping, like we were doing it all. And
It just people knew. Like
Exactly.
people knew we had that passion for it. And so
over
it was
time,
like,
people were like, "Oh my God, like, are y'all online?" And we were like, "No." And then we were like, "You know what? People keep asking, so we might as well just give the people what they want."
Give them what they want. Right.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
that. What was the first? Sorry, go ahead, Steph.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say, what was the first song that y'all were like, okay, we fucking got this? Like, what was
I
that
was just
song
gonna
for y'all?
ask that.
you know what? I gotta say LBP.
Yeah.
Okay.
It had to be the song because let me
Yeah.
tell y'all, we was in Walmart and I forget what song was playing, but it gave me that like jazzy soul. I don't know what to really call it vibe, and I'm just like, that ain't never been me. And then we
Yeah.
start writing right after that,
Yep.
and then we had that song a whole entire year before we recorded it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, every time we sang it, we was like, this gonna be a hit.
It's gonna be a
hit.
hit.
It's gonna be a hit.
Show enough.
Show enough. It became a hit.
I I love y'all.
I love you guys. So you obviously had this in your blood since day one, it seems, right?
absolutely.
Day
Yes.
one. Has your parents been super supportive other than like your family? Like,
Yes.
So we have a parent.
Yeah.
right,
A
okay.
parent.
Yeah.
Same.
We're like, same. Just one.
Singular.
Yep.
Yeah, not
We all got
plural.
one. Okay.
Yes.
So-
But our mom is what's up. You know, she was an artist herself in the Baltimore scene, in the club scene, and more than the club scene, as she would like me to say. And she's very talented in that realm. And so when she saw it within us, she knew to nurture it and give us the space to express it, because some people don't have their parents' support.
Yeah.
And our mom backed us 100%. We dropped out of college, and she was like, "You better make it. You
better
she
do
knew
it.
I feel bad because like
she knew,
even that,
she
though.
knew we would. She believed in our talent.
But I would say our mother is our manager, and she really has been our number one supporter all of our life. And I know that helps us in so many ways.
Right.
A lot of young artists don't have
they
that.
don't have
Right, when you first mentioned her, you can tell she's really integrated in your guys' career. I want to know what it's like working with your twin. I don't have a twin. I don't even have a sister. So I really want to know, working in this creative space, do you know that she's going to bring a certain something, and she's going to bring something specific?
Yes, and it's really I admire her writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, I admire yours. Like sometimes she'll write something and I wish I made that.
Yeah, really.
Why did they have, like, we have the same DNA? Like, that should have came out of me.
But the thing is, though, like, we really complement each other well. I know that I have a certain style I'm more inclined to, and she has a certain style she's more inclined to. But we're able to inspire each other in those different styles and come together to make great music.
Right, just because your twin's totally different.
Yes, but also we live the same experiences. So when
That
she's
makes sense.
coming from a place of pain or joy,
feel it deep.
we feel it deep. And so it's like, I know how to relate to this. I know how to bring out words that can just relate to this. You know?
Right.
So y'all said y'all dropped out of college. What was the plan? Like
I mean,
Let
this
me
was
tell
literally
you.
every day. We had started our Instagram page while we were in college.
Okay.
And I'm telling y'all, we were getting like 10,000 followers a month, like quick.
Wow.
And when the growth was happening, you know, of course, naturally business opportunities were happening as well.
popping up.
And so I started showing up to class like, what is this?
Why am I here?
I'm missing a show
Yeah,
for
but that's what
biology.
somebody
Yeah, like it ain't.
Yeah, somebody reached out for us to do like some touring at one point, and we were like, I have biology.
The semester don't end
this
until
doesn't make
like,
any sense.
Yes.
And we kept switching majors too, so it really just felt like
Same.
there's no place where I feel totally like I'm serving my purpose except in music.
Exactly.
Like everywhere else, I'm confused. And I'm so
Exactly.
happy we made the decision.
Yeah.
The learning didn't stop though.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are very inclined
Okay.
to education.
Okay.
We love to learn and grow. Like, we're never those people who are like, I got this, I can never learn anything else.
Right. That makes sense.
When it comes to your confidence, because it's radiating in this room, and I'm
Yeah.
obsessed, what would you give for younger people, or even people our age, right? Like that don't have that confidence or that boss mentality. How would you sort of translate that?
Well, you know what? I feel like we were pushed to confidence. We had to go through a lot of we've ever since we were children have had to advocate for who we were and how we existed. People just couldn't fathom the fact that we were Black Muslim girls with such big personalities. And I would tell other people watching, like, embrace those challenges because it brings out so much more strength in who you are. It's like you can't bruise me, you can graze me a little bit,
Right.
but I'm not about to die off of this because I've gone through so much.
I've been through
the
hell,
battle.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And you can't please everybody. Like, who you are, you're not going to please everybody. So
That's
stop
true, though,
trying
yeah,
to.
right.
You
Right.
know, please yourself, and your community will come, and those who love you will come. You don't need to worry about nobody else.
Yes, I always say life is so much more fun when you're yourself.
Self.
Right.
Exactly.
So wait, talk about being Black Muslim women in the music space though, because that is like
Come on now.
unheard of, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say bittersweet.
Okay.
There's an amazing part of it.
Yes,
And then
yes.
there's this really annoying, people need to shut up part of it. So it is, I think a lot of it is like, we're being exactly who we are.
Yes.
And we are connecting in a way that we love to with others
Right.
and, you know, spreading a beautiful message. On the other hand, some people say the most ignorant stuff. You should be in the kitchen. Like, where did
Chill
you get that
out.
from?
Right, come
Or
on
like-
now.
Or like,
I am.
Yeah.
The lab is like the studio is my
I'm mixing up some shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
But then I would say on the other hand of it though, on the other side of it, we're representing something so unique.
So important.
So-
And
Yeah.
you know what? It's so important. I shouldn't have said so unique. You're right. It's so important because there's a lot of girls that look like us. There are a
Exactly.
lot
Right.
of Black Muslim
Yup.
women
Yeah.
and in those
Yup.
separate categories that look to us and they're like, I've never seen myself in the media. I've never seen myself in music. I've never related to a message so hard.
Yes.
And it's like we get to give that to them. And I just wish we had us growing up. But
Exactly.
It's
It's
okay. 'Cause God
okay.
knew.
Period. Period.
How do you sort of navigate that when you're trying to gain a following, right? And it's not specific, but you are inspiring, you know, a certain sort of, unique
Yeah.
look. How do you, deal with the standards of the woman in modern day right now?
So, we always say, so I have, we do poetry too. We do all kinds of things. In one of my poems, I say, if the future is female, then which one is she? We have to, if we want to say that, we have to represent all women. And so for us, we may come with these identities, but honestly, I can relate to anybody.
Right.
I have lived so many different challenges within my life. I can relate to anyone. And, and I feel like we embody that just by the things that we cover or, how we radiate our own character.
Yeah, even the energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like anyone can find themselves in us. And that's why we say Aint Afraid is not just for us. Aint Afraid is for everybody.
I would say more so it's the message that connects us.
Yeah.
Right, so there's not even that pressure.
Exactly.
Like, because it's conforming, because you are, like, I love that.
Exactly.
We want everyone to show up as they are.
Exactly.
And we can connect over love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the first Aint Afraid song, it is funny that we having this conversation, that I heard was on a TikTok video, but it was not a black woman at all. And it's like, that literally speaks to the shit that y'all talking about right now. And it's like, I feel like a lot of the people that I've known or I've heard, and they'd be like, oh, I know Aint Afraid, are typically not, or it also just includes other people.
Right.
So that is super fucking important that y'all are able to and was that intentional though? Where you're like, we need to make music that is transcends across or speaks to every female, or was it just like, we're gonna do our thing, and if it works, it works?
I think at the core of who we are, we love all people. So
Right.
we always want to make a space where many people feel included and heard. But I think naturally it's just that, yes, we do have an intention to show how just relatable we are. I feel like there's a lot of people use differences as a way to, exclude themselves from others or purposely create barriers of trying to connect with other people.
Yeah.
And we're trying to create a space where we show people that we can look like anything, be anything, have different kinds of backgrounds, and sit in the same circle
And have the same values.
and have the perfect Uno game.
Exactly.
Because you know what I'm
Period.
saying? It can be
Period.
love for real.
Yes,
And so
no,
that is
exactly.
intentional. That
Exactly.
is very intentional.
Yeah.
Y'all talk about a lot of stuff in your in the music that I think is just important for, I'm not even gonna say women, because some of the shit I'm like, okay, sing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Catch your way to what you want to, catch your cousin toe too. It just makes sense. But it's how, and just creating those spaces, but who broke your hearts?
Yeah.
Because I'm
You want to know
the
what?
world.
I think that we have had a lot of heartbreak. I haven't had any serious relationship. I'm gonna just put that out there and be honest. But I think that I've had more heartbreak than just in that regard. I think it starts with, to be very vulnerable, my father, and then the men around me after that. I haven't had any strong and positive male representation in my life, and so that made me be somebody to, no matter who you are, no matter how you identify, that made me become somebody with all these different kind of levels of, guarded tendencies. And
I would say that for me as well, sometimes I'm speaking in the perspective of my mother.
Exactly.
I watch a lot of her heartbreak, or the women around me, my aunties, watching their heartbreak, and I'm speaking from their perspective, because as a child, you're watching these men fail all of these women, and you're soaking up the heartbreak that you wonder why you carry so much guardedness for your heart, but it's because all you've seen is destruction. You just want to protect your heart from that.
Yep. In Heavy Guarded Heart, I say, too afraid to love because I'm a witness to the hurting, and that's so for real. So for real.
What would you say, even us sitting here right now, I'm really taken back. I wish I had a role model like that when I was younger. Do you really feel like this has been, about damn time that we had some sort of representation when it comes to not just being Muslim, being black. It's all about even just the energy of the confidence of I've been through some shit.
Yes.
And I'm here to talk about it.
Yes.
I always talk about how this has been the world. We're not the first.
Right.
Right.
But it feels like we are.
It feels
because how did the world do that? How did we even allow that to happen?
Because we didn't have that when we were little. I feel like people like that are in the public space that didn't have dads and stuff like that.
Yes.
We could
I feel like it's everywhere though. It's more than just with our identities. It's in everything. There are different kinds of people that have been here. We've always existed. Our stories have always been here, but they weren't being told in the right way or in a way that was publicized. And I just feel like, I think that it is important what we're doing. And I recognize that we're just blessed to be able to do it at a time where we can create our narrative with social media.
Yeah. And I don't know why this just came into my mind, but like what you said, people who don't have dads, right? But people, I feel like there is a story being told if a child has one parent, like in the media, if their parent, passed away. That's like the sympathy there. But when your parent just stepped out of your life, we don't tell that story.
We don't tell
or we don't have as much sympathy.
Exactly. We don't have as much sympathy for that. Oh, he's alive, but he's not here.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that disconnect is
Like
real.
grieving someone that's alive is not talked about.
Yes.
Right.
That's
Ooh,
for
I
sure.
love how you just put that.
Exactly.
Wow.
But I'm taken back. I'm sitting in this room and I'm taken back by the energy of like, I really wish that there was something like that. So I'm really happy that this is sort of happening.
Here now.
I love it.
It's here now.
So we played Have You Got a Heart before y'all came in, and obviously it starts with I got daddy issues.
And you know me, that's
And we were like, sing. But like, and then you go into the song and it's like, we're going to change my perspective of men.
Yes.
How has your experiences or even the experiences of women around you guys affected your perspective of like relationships and things like that?
At a point, I told myself, I'm never getting married. I'm never getting with a guy. I'll just have to adopt kids. Like, I'm never having a family in that way. I'll parent with my sister. Like, I'll never.
Like, come on now, soulmate.
Because I had such a simple mind as a child, and I didn't realize how big the world was. In the world that I had around me, it was just like, men ain't ish. Men are nothing. Like all they bring is heartbreak, and they cause harm, and they have only themselves in mind. And so, what was your question? So I can make sure I answer it right.
How does like experiencing all those things though? Like, how does that impact when y'all build relationships now as adults?
So a lot of times it was we're not gonna build that relationship.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do my business, and I'm gonna dip out.
But we realize I can't live life like that. And there are good men out here, and they don't deserve me stepping into the space already like, no.
With that mindset.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I need to be able to give myself even the room to let a man try to show me himself. And you don't got to be perfect, but damn, don't hurt me,
I
okay?
feel that, right.
I would say that art has helped us. Like, our art has helped us go through this healing journey where we're really trying to open up socially, and even there was a point in time we didn't even really have friends because of how how much we was like, I'm not getting hurt by nobody.
I can relate to that.
Yes,
but I think a lot of people can.
I think so as well. But we have allowed ourselves to take risks with our heart, and now we have such a wonderful friend group, and I'm excited to keep building those relationships.
I want to talk about y'all's creative process, because I feel like there are two types of artists in this world. There are artists that just stand up there and sing and do what they're told to do, and then there are artists where it's like the music match, the videos match, the look match. Like, is that all y'all? Like, what is that? How did that develop?
We take any opportunity to be creative. Like, we're very creative beings, and it doesn't stop. Like, any opportunity. Even our briefs, when we go to directors for a music video, it is done up. Like, we're not about to just
have words on a page. Like,
exactly. Like, we take every opportunity. And so I think that's the beautiful part about this, is that we're not just doing this just to be doing it. We're doing this because we love it, and we get to actually gain something from it. Like, when we put stuff out, it's not just for the world to benefit, but it's for us to benefit as well.
I would say we kept listening to our Have You Got a Heart project for like a long time, like almost a year before we put it out, and I needed that time. I will say our art is like, it's like a puzzle. Everything is fit together, from our fashion to our music videos to, like you said, our briefs before we make the songs, when we make the songs, the type of instruments and the vibes that we're using, the lyrics that we're putting out. Like, we're those people.
Like, I can't tell Have You Got a Heart, because we write music with our mom too. And so in Have You Got a Heart, for the beat, she was like, do doom, that beat, that's the heartbeat in the beginning. Yes, in the beginning.
Oh wait, and then I saw the heart in the video, and I go, is that a guy?
Yeah, we like to get. I'm gonna put it in perspective.
There's a literal heart in the music video if y'all haven't seen it. Like, I like that. I like that. But was that something that you guys like walked into it with, or were you like, look, this shit is not gonna be looking sloppy on our end? Like, or was your mom like, we need to make sure that we cross all our T's, dot our I's? Like,
looking at the world's biggest perfectionist. Let me tell you, it even took us the longest time to start Aint Afraid because of our perfectionism. Our perfectionism. We said, I don't have the right phone to be recording videos right now, so I'm not gonna be doing that. And so as soon as we got the right phone, we started creating content. Period. Every single day.
Yeah, I would say when we recorded our first LBP music video, it came out trash,
and that did not come out.
That never came out.
No.
And so like that, we're those people.
Right.
It's like,
I'll put money down, but if it's not right, you won't see it
now. But I will say, like, just to be very truthful, I see the growth in our art, like from our very first music videos to now. But
from our
like,
very first songs to now.
But what I can say with honesty is that every moment you see of us is like, that was our best. Like, that was our best at that time. You know?
Do you feel that was going to be literally one of my questions about like how the music videos have evolved from the phone to now? I mean, we're talking big game.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can be more, as you get more viewers and more, build a community? Do you sort of get a little bit of perspective and sort of growing with your fans, like hearing what they have to say and seeing how, in this music video we're going to use, a heartbeat, or like, are you getting more inspo from other people compared to in your room with like a phone?
Sad to say, no. I feel like we we always gather inspiration from everything. Yeah. But directly, I don't think we get. I think we always have a goal to always grow, and so that's always gonna push our inspiration. How can we grow from this? How can we if we sorry, yeah, you're right. If I've already done this before,
she go, girl, you in the table.
If we've already done this before, how can we do it better? How can we tell this story differently? So I think that's what is always in our mind.
But we're also always like, yo, we're dreamers. We're big
right.
thinkers.
So even you guys in the room, like when you're little with the phone, it's the same energy,
big
and
ideas
that you have now with the music videos, but bigger production.
Exactly. And the money to do so.
Thank you.
I feel like.
Okay.
Has there been any opportunity that you guys turned down? You don't gotta say what it was, but tell us why you turned it down.
We have turned down opportunities because they wasn't paying enough.
Okay. Period. That's bottom line.
Deals, or even record deals.
Yes,
what?
Like the more. Let me tell you, the girls ain't signed because they don't want to be.
I feel it. Okay. No, I don't question that at all. Come correct.
Yes.
Exactly.
You gotta come with the right kind of.
Nobody's puppet.
Yep.
I'm not
Y'all
trying
not
to.
about to get 7
Yeah.
albums out of
No.
I feel
Exactly.
that.
And also, I'm doing it on my own, baby.
Right.
So what do you need?
You really gotta come right.
Come with it.
Exactly.
You don't
Right.
even need that.
Exactly. Other than that, we have to absolutely turn things down. It's mostly either because they're not paying enough, or it's just doesn't fit the brand. Somebody asked us to model lingerie.
I was like, come on now.
You go, what?
You really emailed me that. Come on now.
You really sat down and typed that out.
I got a good idea for them.
Yeah. So it's just like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Are there any things or any partnerships that you guys are like, we would like to do this outside of music, whether that's like designing,
Barbie
whatever.
dolls. I can see you guys literally as a
I can
Barbie.
see it.
I wish I had a
Aint
Barbie
Afraid
doll as
Barbie
you guys.
doll.
Oh my
That's
God.
Yep.
And it's like a 2-pack, like
Oh my God.
twins.
Yeah, you can't buy them separately.
Absolutely.
Each doll sold
I just
separately.
It's I would say absolutely yes. We always talk about how Aint Afraid is bigger than music and it's bigger than ourselves. So it's a space for everyone, but then it's also more than just the music. Like we love performing, and I know that's like kind of related to music, but like we love to be performers and entertain. And then also, yes, you see how much we love fashion. So
Get into it.
let's just throw that out there for the future.
Period.
But then your girls like to act and do more.
No, definitely. We
I
come
wanna
from a theater background. We also come from a community background.
Yeah.
And through community, we put on a lot of plays and shows for all kinds of people, politicians, congressmen, the mayor, the
leaders
school
in the
district,
community,
just to like make change and stuff and showing the life of a teen through the arts. And so we come from acting. We would really love to act someday.
But then to your point, community work won't stop either. Like the
Exactly.
more
I feel
we
that.
grow as our brand, we want to continue to pour back into the community.
Right. Because you now have additional abilities to do things. Like that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're a dreamer, when you're creative, I know you guys are already thinking future, 5 years down the line. That's like my favorite question.
Yes.
I want to know, and like big dreams, lay it out on the table. What are we looking at?
I'm not even gonna be embarrassed to lay them out. I'm gonna just
No,
say
do
them,
it.
and we're all
Yeah.
just gonna see
Speak
if
it
that
into
happens.
existence. Yep, look.
Worldwide touring.
Period.
I want to throw Sold Out in there, but I'm not gonna
Yes,
be
throw
scared.
it out
Sold
there.
Out.
Yes,
I
let's
mean-
throw it out there.
Out a clothing line.
Definitely a clothing
Definitely
line.
a
Definitely
line.
something on TV.
Yes.
Whatever that is.
Whatever
Whatever it is.
Yes. I think we could do really good at in a lipstick.
Okay,
Yes.
makeup anything.
Makeup period.
Y'all gonna
Okay.
see a rap snacks with Aint Afraid on it.
No, for real.
No, but that would actually be
No,
dope
that's
as hell.
a-
though.
that's-
Right.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen that.
Right? Like,
Period.
so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, we got big dreams.
Yes,
So
yes.
just know in 5 years, Aint Afraid won't be gone.
So what
Y'all
has been
women.
like the craziest fan experience y'all have had since you've been popping?
We've had a couple.
We walked
Okay.
into the mall. And it was
And y'all, it was
we-
fresh out the pandemic. So we got
Yes.
big in the pandemic.
Mhm.
We didn't realize, we knew we were growing, but we
Yeah.
didn't
But
realize.
the world was
Okay.
closed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we just was walking regular anywhere.
Exactly.
We going to the mall.
This girl.
Oh my God!
we're like,
you're like, who the
whoa,
hell is
yeah. And then she goes, they're famous. And I'm like, oh no.
You're like, who said that?
right. Like, but it was so beautiful.
Yeah, she was such a wonderful person.
Her soul and her spirit. She was just, it was amazing.
I still remember her name.
I literally remember her name.
And I would say this happened the other day on my way coming here. So we was in the airport, and this girl was like, do you have a charger in that bag? And I was like, oh yeah, I did. I do have a charger. I forgot my charger. And she said, yeah, we make celebrities follow the rules too. And I was like,
You go first.
oh, my bad.
That ain't no problem.
Trust me.
I guess if I'm famous now.
Yes,
Like,
but we don't see ourselves in that way. But we are thankful to have impacted so many people, and we pray to continue to do so, all in goodness.
How do y'all keep yourselves like humble?
Our mom makes sure of it.
Yeah,
we make sure of it, but our mom. And I think, I just think that who we are and our upbringing this will never make me change. Or, we've been homeless. We've laid on the floor, slept on the floor, no beds. We've been through so much. Can't afford to pay the AC or no AC all summer. Like, we've been through so much. I could never live this life and forget all of that. You know what I'm saying? It made me, and I'm thankful. I pray to God, y'all. I be like, thank you for giving me that life.
Yeah.
Because now that you've given me this life,
you have a better appreciation.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
But then we can lead with a different purpose. I feel like we're not doing what we're doing because we want to wear Balenciaga and have all these amazing cars, even though it would be nice.
I'm like, throw in the Balenciaga deal. Like,
but I would say that we're doing it because we want to connect with people, and we want to uplift others, and we want to give people the hope and peace that we wish we had around us as well. And so that's really what it is. That's what keeps me humble. Honestly, I'm shocked to be here.
Yeah,
I be like,
when y'all, let me tell you, I be like, I guess we're at that level.
y'all at that level where people gonna start getting on your nerves. Literally.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
But I think that's what makes you guys different. We have influencers now, creators, and like
we have a lot of
all these
in
people
there.
that are just like super shallow. I'm not talking specifics on the show. I'm talking in the world. And you guys have these hardships that made you into who you are. And that really translates in your, work. I want to know, if someone hasn't listened to you guys before, how would you embody who you guys are if they want to go take a listen?
Ain't Afraid, the multi-talented double dose of dopeness, spreading love, spreading peace, and wanting to connect with the people.
Yes.
I mean, that's
keeping
really
it real, keeping it raw.
Okay.
I really admire our art. Like, we're those artists who can listen to ourselves all day.
100%.
Play my music
I feel
all
like,
day.
Look, I made it. Shit.
Yes.
Like, I literally am surprised some of the things I wrote.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Or I hit myself. I'm like, ooh, you heard
Damn,
what you just
that's
said.
deep.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy. And so for me, I would explain our music like that let's do people. How would we explain it mashing up people?
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
So
Like,
you could say it was a combination of this person and that person. Like, how would you describe it?
Yeah, you gotta go. You ask the question.
You gotta help me out though.
I'm thinking.
I would go.
You're gonna get your. Oh my God, I love her, and I don't wanna. India R&B. Yeah, you're gonna get your India R&B, your Lauryn Hill. You're gonna get you're gonna get some. Y'all, I'm not trying to be cocky, but you're gonna get your Beyonce.
I was
It is a little B. I see it.
Little B, a little, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, really uplifted of the women.
I like
think.
that. Yeah, I'll say some J. Cole in there.
some J. Cole, some SZA, some.
I definitely see the Lauryn Hill though, because
Yes.
y'all bars alone
Thank
is like.
you.
I was telling them, I go, no, y'all, they be like spitting. Like,
Yes.
this is not like, like.
Man.
Do y'all write all your own music?
Period.
Yeah.
Us and our mom. Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the
And we
team.
growing. I mean, we just keep looking at our music, like reflecting on how we can get better as artists, and that's where we're always gonna challenge ourselves.
Right,
to
and
go
we
to
even
make great
study music. We study it to just grow.
Right. So now that y'all have gone viral and you have all these like popular songs, do you feel like you have to keep making a particular type of song? Like, are you like, damn, we need another like social media, we need another TikTok hit, or like that song did really well?
Absolutely not.
I don't think so.
No,
Okay.
because I feel like a lot of our songs go viral.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's not even about going viral. I'm just like, for me, when I see viral, I'm like, wow, we're reaching them.
Right.
They're listening, you know? And so really that's the goal. So for us, we just plan to keep dropping stuff. And this next song we got coming, September 23rd.
Y'all already, girl. Stop tapping the table.
you're right. Look, I got to put nails on today. So
So you just
you know, I just...
No, but
No, but yeah, this next one we're like, oh, like this. I feel like this was gonna really connect with people. But
we're gonna continue to experiment with music. I don't think we're afraid to do that.
We love all kinds of
I think we ain't afraid to do that.
You think you're cute or something?
Yeah, you know. No, but like I feel like we got a couple songs in the safe that ain't out yet, and it's just like, I don't know if the people ready, but who cares?
Yeah,
because we are.
Yes.
I have a spicy question. As twins, as sisters, what do you guys do when you fight? You know, you work together, you breathe together, you create together.
Yeah, and I hate to disappoint you, but we do not fight.
Okay.
We do, though.
Okay.
We fight, not fight. I think fight is a strong word, though.
Like, we argue a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, we disagree. And then we roll our eyes, and then 5 minutes later, we doing something that
Okay.
it's nothing.
Okay.
Like,
Yes, I would say because we come from a community background, so we're kind of trained to talk to people even when you're angry.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Or our mom kind of taught us through our faith, like even though you're angry, watch what you say. You know, you're dealing with feelings here.
Yeah.
So I feel like even when we argue, we have our moments, but like we get over it quickly.
Okay.
It's very. I don't even think we apologize. To
Yeah,
each
we
other.
don't.
We don't because
You
we
know what it
apologize.
is. Yeah, I know you know what it is, girl.
So I feel like y'all have become like, or kind of in that realm of like, all right, your music is almost like, all right, we're gonna tell y'all what not to do, how to navigate through the drama, or at least attempt to kind of walk y'all through it.
Yeah.
What would y'all say are like your relationship red flags?
Oh,
Relationship red flag.
Yeah.
If he's stingy with money, and that's just going off my experiences from my mom's experiences. What else, girl? If he hood, but like too hood, like and by too hood I mean like, and by hood
Can't get out the hood.
There we go. There we go.
Too stuck in
like,
the
hood.
Can't get used to that part.
I would say lying, even the littlest bit.
Yes.
Because for me, one of my pet peeves, lying. Like, I just cannot take it.
For me, you can tell me the hardest stuff in the world, but as long as you're honest, we can have that conversation.
Yeah.
But as soon as you lie, I'm turned
I'm
off.
checked out.
I'm checked out. You lie, I'm done. Like, I'm ready to go.
So lying is one of the big ones. I don't care if it's the smallest lie to the big. Like, if you lying, period, that's who you are.
Yeah.
Another red flag for me is like, girl, if he was musty or if his breath stinks, take that into consideration.
And this is the third time you've seen him, and he's still coming up like that.
Yeah. It's like, I feel that.
Yeah. I don't want to speak too much because I don't have, like I said, strong experiences personally, but I do know my red flags. I'm just not about to broadcast them.
Right. It's like if he a 10, but
he's a 10, but his breath smells.
Yes.
He's a 4. Oh, okay. You gave it 4. You gave it 7. You can brush your teeth.
So I know you guys are dropping a song sometime soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
What can y'all tell us about it?
It's amazing.
Okay, well, what else?
I don't care what the world feels about it. It's amazing.
A little tease.
It's
I think it's still on. So this year we just dropped our album 2 months ago.
Yes. So good.
So we're.
She go.
So we just dropped our album 2 months ago. Heavy Guarded Heart. So I think we're still on that like topic, that subject matter. So it's still gonna be. And the thing is, I don't want people to assume is that like every time it's clearly about relationships, that it's about a significant other. Like it's not always. It really, you really wouldn't expect who it's really about.
That's such a good.
That's what we want to do.
Yes.
Is like we want to put it out there and for people to hear it and be like, I connect this to this person. I connected to this person. So that's very intentional. But it's really good, y'all. I just can't wait for it to come out. Like,
I say it's called Breakaway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just shot the music video out here.
Okay, that's right. That explains so much.
Right.
I'm really excited for it to come out. Like this one, I'm giggity for
I
it.
know. I love it.
Yeah.
Wait, so I want to take it back to Heavy Guarded Heart, the album. What's your favorite song from the album? And Heavy Guarded Heart doesn't count. You can't pick the title song.
Fine.
I love O to the Hood.
O to the Hood.
Love O to the Hood. Like that just, oh my God, that hits me. That hits me like somebody else singing it every time.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes. I love so many, but I think I love Easier Said. I think Easier, because for one, I don't think a lot of people, I don't think people really know what it's about. For me, it's about like the standards of how boys can just mess up or do whatever, and they're not expected to be a certain way, but as girls growing up, we were always told to like be this certain way for men. And I was like, No, I should be clean for me. I should want to smell good for me.
I want to go to the park for me.
I want to go to college for me. Like people like, you want to do this so a man could look like, no. I should, like teach me to do that for me. So I love Easier Said because of the message and the playfulness of the beat and the lyrics.
I also love Everything I Am. Like just really especially the Everything I Am. Like the very end of it. That's really where I brings out.
It's always there for me. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah. No, I love Always There.
Like that. I know. I probably know the whole song.
I
was rapping it before y'all came in.
I love Always There.
That's my shit.
Just know all of our songs hold a very special place in our hearts. And to be honest, I'm throwing out 2 songs. You throwing out 1, but really, we listen to that album back to back.
That definitely is one of those albums that you gotta listen to start to finish.
Thank you. Yes.
That's why we ended with a moment because it's like.
We just took all of it. Like
we just did all of this. We done been through a lot through this album.
Yeah.
Now let's take that breath.
I feel that. I like that. So what's next for y'all? I know the music, but like you guys have any shows coming up? Like where can the people see y'all?
Yes, we have some shows coming up.
But they're exclusive shows, so they're more like, like for specific events. Yeah. But I will say we are working to be touring soon.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna put it out there for the next year. Yeah. And I'm really excited for that time.
All right, we're manifesting that.
Manifesting.
Yes, definitely. Putting it in the air.
Right. So any booking agents, if you wanna
be like, get on it,
yes.
I mean, the people want to see it. Like every time we post, every time we ask people to, ask us questions or under our videos,
they want it.
They're like, when are you coming to our
Mm-hmm.
DMs go crazy with like, let me know when you're in Orlando or let me know where you're wherever. And it's just like, I wish y'all someday soon.
Right. No, literally y'all came in today and I asked, I'm like, so y'all got a show this weekend? Like, what's going on? Because we was hoping for the same thing. We like, yo, we interviewed them. Maybe they got a show coming up.
Yes, I wish.
That's all right. Next time, let us know. Let us know. We'll be there. Right.
Yeah. We got y'all. Shoot. We got y'all.
Ain't Afraid. Tell the people where they can find you guys.
Everywhere under Aint Afraid. Multi-talented double dose of dopeness.
Yes. Spotify, Apple, all the platforms, SoundCloud. Listen, you can find Aint Afraid music anywhere.
Yes.
All right, well, Ain't Afraid.
This is so fun.
This was a lot. No, this was a lot of fun. This might have been one of our favorite interviews.
More than ever. Yeah, more than ever.
Uh-huh.
Out of all of our energy, I feel the energy.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, y'all.
Thank you. We really had a pleasure.
That interview, guys, made me feel like a freaking boss.
No,
I love
it was good. It was good.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in this week to TMZ Verified. Don't forget to like and subscribe and download the podcast where you listen to your podcast on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you listen to your podcasts.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know why I always be like, should we talk after that or should we? But I don't know.
Stay tuned for next week's
Okay, see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.
episode.